commencing on the 19th of December, running through until Sunday the 3rd of January, SOPOL will be launching a highly visible statewide road traffic operation called Safe Holidays. During the same period last year, unfortunately, we lost 10 people on our roads and 31 people seriously injured. That's 10 people that tragically won't get to spend the festive season with their loved ones, and that's 31 people that have been impacted to varying degrees in terms of their quality of life. Our focus will be on the fatal 5, and then the 5 biggest contributors to fatal injuries and to serious injury collisions, and that is drink and drug driving, speeding, seatbelts, distraction, and dangerous road users. Unfortunately this year, as has occurred in the last 5 years, a high percentage of our lives lost are on regional roads in South Australia. This year, 69 of the lives lost have occurred in regional South Australia, which is 75%. So I'm asking people, if you're travelling outside of the metropolitan area, please be sensible, please be responsible, please be well rested, stop regularly and take breaks, and above all, please be patient. We don't want a replication of last year, which was the worst period during the 19th of December to the 3rd of January, where we lost 10 lives. We don't want a replication of that, so please work with us. If you're staying in the metropolitan area, then make good decisions. Make sure that if you're attending festive parties, you are not driving if you've been drinking. Look at alternative transport, and we're just imploring you to be safe over the festive period and have an enjoyable Christmas and celebrate it with your loved ones.
Well, this has been an extremely challenging year, but here we are, almost at Christmas. We want to make sure that it is a Christmas and a festive season to remember, and to remember for the right reasons. As we've heard, we've lost 92 lives on our roads compared to 102 the same time last year. And we know that distraction has played a significant role in lives lost on our roads when it comes to this time of year. And over an equivalent time of year, last year, over a 3-week period during the festive season, has been alluded to, we lost 10 lives on our roads, and of course also 31 people were seriously injured. Now let's be very clear, all lives lost on our roads are completely avoidable. These lives lost on our roads are preventable. These serious accidents on our roads are also preventable. Let's make sure that we make this Christmas, this festive season, memorable for all the right reasons. Let's make sure that we do the right thing on our roads. If you're going out for a long drive, if you're going out into the country areas and you're feeling a bit tired, make sure you have a rest. You know, every couple of hours, just have a rest for about 15 minutes. Make sure you do the right thing. Every life lost on our roads not only impacts the victims and their families, but it also affects our first responders. And let's also think of them. I want to take this opportunity to also thank all of our hard-working men and women in SOPOL and the rest of our emergency services for the fantastic work that they've done this year in keeping South Australians safe. We want to make sure that we do enjoy the beautiful regions that South Australia has to offer. We want to make sure that we do take the time to visit parts of our state with our family and with our friends. But we want to make sure that we return home safely to also tell the story. So please do the right thing on our roads this festive season. And of course, we know that distraction has been a significant cause of many lives lost and also accidents on our roads. So when you are driving on the roads, remember to do just that. Just drive. Just drive. You don't have to check your phone. You don't have to check on the kids on the back seat. You don't have to look at your GPS. Just drive. If you're driving on our roads, just drive. And I'm sure that we can make this Christmas, this festive season, one to remember.
We have some questions.
Sure.
How many police resources will be out over that period? Where are you targeting?
But we'll have a significant amount of resources, a variety of different resources out. And what we'll do, we'll place our people and our assets where they need to be to mitigate the risk on our roads.
So will that be a lot of resources in regional areas then?
Sorry?
Will that be a lot of resources in regional areas then, if that's an area of concern?
Look, it's a statewide campaign, as I said previously. 75% of people that have lost their lives on our roads this year, 69 people, has occurred in regional South Australia. So we will have a significant focus in regional South Australia, but that's not to say that we won't have a extreme focus on the metropolitan area either. It'll be a statewide, coordinated, evidence-based campaign.
You've mentioned the regional focus, and this year regional travel has at times been restricted. People may not have been driving on regional roads recently. Is there anything that they can do before they leave for themselves or for their vehicles that will make their journey safer?
Obviously your vehicle needs to be roadworthy. One thing I would say to people that live in regional South Australia, I think there is a perception that the large majority of fatalities or lives lost occur from people travelling from the metropolitan area. Unfortunately, and looking back over the years, that's not necessarily the case. There's a significant percentage, over 60% of people that have lost their lives in regional South Australia this year have lived in the policing district where they've lost their life. So I'd ask regional road users also just to be mindful of their need to particularly make sure that they're vigilant and don't become complacent because you drive those roads frequently.
There's been a lot of fatals and serious crashes in the southeast in recent weeks. Is that an area you'll be deploying more resources to?
Look, it's tragic what's occurred in the southeast in the last few weeks. Up until the first fatality, they were fatality free this year, which was outstanding. We'll have our resources, as I said, right across the state where they need to be, when they need to be there.
What about tonight, with the cricket on and the test, will we be having RBTs and targeting of drivers?
But road safety is a 24-hour commitment from SAPOL, 7 days a week. So we will be out there, we'll be out there tonight, we'll be out there tomorrow night, and we will be testing people for alcohol and drugs because it's one of the biggest killers on our roads.
Have you got more people for RBTs now that you're welcoming back resources?
Look, we'll put adequate resources where we need to put them, and clearly the border impacts have impacted SAPOL because there's been a significant commitment, and we'll certainly look at the opportunities that now the border's closing may present to us.
Okay. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen.